Hey, Suffield, Connecticut homeowners, the Fed cut rates. How does this impact you? Get some insights in this month's Suffield, Connecticut Housing Market Update. I'm Stephanie Salerno, a local realtor in Suffield, Connecticut, licensed in Connecticut and Mass, here to give you the latest scoop on the housing market. But first, let's take a look at what's been happening in Suffield. And before I go any further, if this information is useful to you, click that little subscribe button below to make sure you get all future Suffield, Connecticut housing market updates. Okay, so in August in Suffield, 11 homes sold, and that's down 35% from August of 2023. 20 new listings came on the market, and that's down 8%. The sales price to list price ratio is 101.7, and that's down 1% from 2023. And the average sale price per square foot is $242, and that's up 15% from 2023. August's average sale price was $542,000, and that's up 4% from 2023. And the average days on market were 42, and that's up 17% from 2023. And August month supply of inventory was 2.55 months. That's up 24% from August in 2023 and down from 3.57 months in July of 2024. So how that works is 6 months is considered a balanced market. So anything more than 6 months is a buyer's market, and anything less than 6 months is a seller's market. So we continue to be very much in a seller's market. Mortgage rates are a super hot topic right now, and that has played a large role in our affordability challenges as well as our inventory challenges. And where I sit here today, we just heard the news from the September Fed meeting, and the Fed cut the Fed fund rate by 50 basis points. Now, one thing to make sure you keep in mind, the Fed does not control the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. So this 50 basis point cut was not a change in mortgage rates. The Fed rate is the overnight lending rate that banks charge one another to borrow money. Now, it does have an impact on mortgage rates, but when you see that the Fed actually cuts rates, we usually don't see an immediate impact on that because we've actually already seen the impact built into pricing in anticipation of the Fed's decision. And that's the reason we already saw the mortgage rates come down, and we've been enjoying a new lower rate for some time now. Mortgage rates are forward-looking, so the mortgage interest rate was dropped in anticipation of the decision that the Fed was going to make in their September meeting. And we are sitting in the low sixes for a 30-year fixed mortgage rate right now. And that's great news for our buyers out there, as that has a tremendous impact on affordability as compared to the rates that we've been seeing for a couple years now. Now, economists are predicting that this Fed rate cut was the first of many that we're going to see coming through 2025. Lawrence Yun, chief economist at NAR, said, "The Fed's half-point rate cut decision is the beginning of 6 to 8 rounds of further rate cuts well into 2025. The very next cut will occur after the presidential election. The justification is cooling inflation in recent months and lighter job gains." Now, this will have further impact on the 30-year fixed mortgage rates. And if you look at what forecasters are saying, looking here at Fannie Mae, the MBA, and Wells Fargo, they all agree on this point, that mortgage rates will continue to come down over the next 12 or even 18 months. Now, we've seen mortgage rates get some relief over the past few months, as we're now sitting here around 6, and it was up around 7% even just in July. And we've discussed in the past how many home buyers, one stat I read was even 70% of home buyers put off their plans because of the affordability challenges. The increase that we've seen in rates made it just too expensive for them to make a move. It really hurt their affordability. And I'm going to give you one example here. If you take a look at where rates were just this spring, so April of 2024 versus today, you can see based on a $400,000 loan amount, the average monthly difference or savings by the rate change is $365.43 a month. That is incredible. This is huge in moving the affordability needle for our home buyers out there. I mentioned earlier that mortgage rates also have a huge impact on our inventory challenges, as many home sellers have also put off their move because they may not love their house, but they love their rate. So the large increase in mortgage rates have put off people's plans. Bankrate did a survey on what mortgage rate would get people off the fence and make them comfortable in making a decision to make a move this year. This first one's for home sellers. And you can see that 35% said they'd be comfortable in making a move when the rate is less than 6%. And another 30% said they would make a move under 5%. Now, will we see rates go that low into 2025? I'm not sure. Below 5 may be a tall order. However, we know that we are trending in the right direction. So the important takeaway is that 2/3 of home sellers who have put off their plans may likely be entering the market again in the coming year, give or take. And for home buyers, 52% of home buyers said they would revisit the market if the rate is less than 6%, and 47% said if the rate is less than 5%. So I do really believe this sets up a lot of what 2025 is going to look like in the real estate market. Now, I'm not fully in a rose-colored lens approach here. I do think we are still going to see some challenges in the market, but we're not going to see the same headwind that we've seen over the past year, and I do think we're going to see a very strong 2025. So what's the big takeaway for our home sellers out there? Well, the change in mortgage rates have certainly given some relief on affordability and has had an increase on buyer demand. And that will help you make your next move if you're also looking to buy. And as we close out 2024 and we head into 2025, we expect to see rates continue in the right direction. And we anticipate that we will see more home sellers no longer put off their moves and jump back into the market, but we will also see more buyers enter the marketplace as well as rates continue to cool. Now, I believe it's really impossible to predict the mortgage rate, and I do think we're going to see some volatility on the way down. And it's pretty impossible to perfectly time the market. I am a firm believer that the right time to make a move is when it's right for you. And locally, we are solidly in a seller's market, and inventory is still really quite low. And with the upward pressure that has kept on home prices, you are still in a tremendous equity position, and that can help you fuel your next move. If you have any questions or want to talk more about these topics or how they relate to you, let's connect. And if you're worried about how to sell and buy at the same time, it can be done. We work with many home sellers like you and help you make a seamless transition. Whether you're looking to sell or you might want to discuss what options exist for you, let's connect, as I'd love to help you reach and achieve your real estate goals. And if you want to see what your home is worth, click that link below for an instant home evaluation. As a local realtor in Suffield, Connecticut, I strive to provide you with the local market information to help you navigate this market with confidence. If you found this information useful, please give us a like or share this information with a friend. All right, this is your September Suffield housing market update. We'll see you next month.